Welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to display rewarded interstitial ad in React Native's new architecture without using any third-party library. So first of all I will show you the output on my Android device. So here you can see that I have created one button called show rewarded ad, and second one is the text whether the ad has been loaded or not. And loading the ads SDK do take a little bit of time. So once the ad has been loaded, I am sending a callback from native Android side to React Native side. So that's why you are seeing that ad loaded true. Now once the ad has been loaded, then only you can click on this show rewarded ad button. And if I click on that button, here you can see that rewarded interstitial ad has been presented to the user. Once the user has finished watching the ad, and if he dismiss the ad, some rewards will be granted to the user as well, which I'm not displaying on the UI, but I'm sending it back to the React Native side as well. So yeah, let's get started. So first of all, I will be following the new architecture. So I'm following this documentation, and I will be copying a lot of code from this documentation. Actually I'm using turbo native modules. So firstly we'll have to enable new architecture for our React Native app, and for that, for Android, you just have to enable this new arc enabled. So I'll go over here, I'll search for new arc enabled, and inside gradle.properties make this as true. And for iOS, you will have to open your terminal, cd to your iOS directory, and then run this command. So this will enable the new architecture for iOS as well. Next I will be copying a lot of code from this, so keep this documentation handy. So what we have to do first is, you have to go to create this folder called rtn my rewarded ad. Next inside that we'll have to create this package.json file, and I have copied everything from the docs. Only this name has been changed based on our folder name. This name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Everything else remains the same. Next I have created a podspec file. Again I have copy pasted this from the docs, and only this name has been changed. Next I have created a JS folder. Inside that I have created this TypeScript file. Again I have copy pasted everything from the docs, and only this name has been changed. And also I have changed this method name over here. So yeah, next inside go to create a folder called Android. Inside that create a build.gradle file. Again I have copy pasted it from the docs. Only thing is add this apply plugin Kotlin Android as well as Kotlin standard lib, and we also need to add this Google Play Services ads SDK to our turbo module. And I have also changed this namespace according to our wish. Next here I have created src main java com rtn my rewarded ad, and here I have created a package class. And over here, as you can see, again I have copy pasted everything from the documentation. The only change which I have done is this file, this package name over here, as well as this file name, and this all module names which I have changed as well. Next I have created my rewarded ad module, and again I have copy pasted most of it from the docs, but I will show you the documentation as well. So if you go to the Admob Android documentation, firstly we have added this dependency to our turbo module, but we also need to add this dependency to our main Android folder as well, because we want to initialize the mobile ad SDK as soon as our app starts. So if you see over here inside build.gradle, firstly in this build.gradle make sure you are using Kotlin version 1.8.20 at least. And in this build.gradle okay, so, sorry, I think I messed up a little. Okay, I'm initializing the mobile ads SDK over here itself, but if you want you can initialize it inside main activity itself, depends on you. So yeah, so if you see I have added, now we need to add this metadata tag, and again this is a test ID. So I have replaced this is a test ID. Later on while deploying it to production, make sure you replace it with a production ID as well. So if you go to android manifest.xml, here you can see I have added this metadata tag over here. I have also added two other metadata tags, so this is useful for optimizing our ad. Now if you go over here, go to optimize initialization and ad loading, here you can see I have copied this metadata tag as well as this metadata tag. Next okay, next what we have to do is oh yeah, let's go to the documentation itself, get started. So we had to copy this, right, initializing the mobile ads SDK. So if you go to my turbo modules, Here you can see again I have copied this from the documentation, this entire thing. I'll come back to this. Only this names has been changed, okay, and package name has been changed. And here you can see I have overridden this method, and if you see the name over here, I'm giving it as RTN my rewarded ad, and inside the initialization I'm initializing our mobile ads SDK, okay, and here I'm calling inside that I'm calling the load method. So if you see, if you go to the implement rewarded ads, go to rewarded interstitial, and here you can see they are creating a variable of rewarded interstitial and they are calling this load ad. Again, this is a test ID, replace it with production ID. So same thing, this inside load ID I'm calling this entire thing, okay. And if you scroll down the documentation, like I'm not sure about this server side verification, any which ways it is an optional step, so I have ignored it. And if you see they have given all these callbacks as well, so if you are interested you can do your own logic in this callback. So I have done the same thing, I have added my own, so I have just copy pasted that callbacks over here. Important thing to note is here our ad gets ad SDK is loaded, and here you can see I'm sending a callback back to the React Native side. Next we have to implement this interface and override this method as well. So if you see I'm implementing this interface and I'm overriding this method. Again I'm sending it back to the React Native side as well. So this is the amount. Now I will show you later on how you can configure this amount from Google Admob. Next, to display the ad we just have to call this bit of code. So if you see over here, show rewarded ad, I'm just calling this show method over here, rewarded interstitial ad dot show. So yeah, once that is done, what you will have to do is you will have to open your terminal, go to the root of your React Native project, then run this command. Once you run this command, you will have to do cd dot dot, it will move you outside your React Native project. Then you will have to run this command over here, but instead of rnapp, make sure you replace it with your own project name. So as you can see, my project name is rnapp over here, as well as over here and over here of course, and this is our folder name. Once you do that, you will have to cd to the main Android folder and then run this command. So this Android folder, then for iOS, cd to iOS and then run this command as well. Now to use it, here you can see we are importing that turbo module first. I have created a variable to check whether the ad has been loaded or not. This is an event emitter for iOS side. So if you say check for Android, I'm listening over here, for iOS I'm listening over here, and I have just created one button, and if the is ad loaded variable is true, then only I'm calling show rewarded ad, and here I'm just displaying the status of whether the ad has been loaded or not. Okay, now for iOS you also have to go to pod file and add this pod of Google Mobile Ads SDK, and don't just run pod install. Given that we are using new architecture, you will again have to run this bit of code. So this will enable the new architecture for pod install. Now we'll go through the documentation for iOS as well. So if you are interested in Swift package manager, you can use that as well. Next we have to add this dash objc. This is already present in React Native, but again I am just showing you. So go to your targets, go to build settings, search for other linker flags, and here just add dash objc. It is already present, we don't need to do anything. Then update your info.plist. so this is again test ID, replace it with production ID, and I'm just using this one in identifier, but if you want you can use all of this. So if you see inside info.plist, I've just added this identifier as well as the network item. Next we have to initialize our mobile ads SDK. So if I go over here, you can see, given that this is an Objective-C++ file and the documentation is in Objective-C, we have to refactor it a little bit. So this is how you import it, and this is how you initialize it. Okay, next we will go to this implement rewarded ads APIs, and over here you can see we'll go to Objective-C. So first we have to create this rewarded ads, and we have to load it something like this. Again, this is a test ID, So if you go, firstly what I have done is that I have created a header file for event emitter, because we want to send data from native iOS side to React Native side. Similarly, I have created an Objective-C file as well, and again I have copy pasted this from Stack Overflow. Even I'm not really sure what exactly these things do. All I know is that it sends data from native side to React Native side. And then I have created a header file. Again I have copy pasted this from docs, but I have added this import because we want to create this variable. And I have also added this one which I will show you in our docs in a bit, but this everything is from turbo module docs, only names has been changed. Next, sorry, I want to show you this as well, right? So if you go to, so just create an Objective-C file, but make sure you change the extension to .mm. Okay, next, here I have imported our header file. Again this has been copied from docs, only this names has been changed, this name has been changed. And here we are initializing our interstitial add. So here you can see I'm loading it like this, and once it has been loaded I'm sending a callback to React Native side. Here I'm not sending a boolean, like it's very difficult to send boolean. At least I don't know how to send a boolean because of my limited knowledge of Objective-C. But this is a callback to the React Native side, and if you see over here I'm checking like that only. If it is yes, then make this as true. Okay, next let's see what it says. So again this is an optional step of server side verification. I have ignored it, and we have to implement this, and we can add this as well as these three methods. So if you remember, inside header I have added this, and I have implemented all these three methods, as well as I have added this as well. Next, now for displaying the ad as well as getting the reward, all I am doing is inside the method I'm just calling this, and I'm just console logging the amount. If you want it sent to back to React Native side, you can use something like this as well. So yeah, that's it for iOS as well. I think that should be it. Now I'll show you how to create production ad unit. How to create production ad units for iOS as well. So first go to Google Admob, sign up, then click on apps, click add app, iOS. My app is not listed on App Store yet. Click continue, just give some name, I don't know, level. Click add app, and once that is done, click on done. Then you will have to click on create ad unit, and here we are doing it for rewarded interstitial. Then here you can enter whatever reward amount you want once the user has finished watching the ads. So I'll just clip it as 1, and here I will give some name, I don't know, level I guess. Click create ad unit, and here you can copy this ad units in your production code. Once you are ready for deployment, while testing, use the test IDs only. Then click on done over here, and so if you have deployed your app to App Store, you can link your app. So just go to app settings, and here you can click on add, search for your app, and then you can link it. Let's see how to create ad units, production ad units. So first you will have to go to Google Admob. You will have to sign up. Once you have signed up, you can click on apps, add app. Okay, I will show we are doing this for Android. I have not deployed my app to Play Store yet. I'll click on continue. I'll give some name, I don't know, 10 I guess. Add app, and here click on done. Then go to ad unit. We are showing this rewarded interstitial ad. Okay, so select, and here you can give some name, I don't know, 10 first, give some name, and here you can enter the rewarded amount as well. So you want to reward the user once he has watched your ad. So here you can, I will just keep it as 1. Click on create ad unit, and here you can see your production ad units has been created. Click on done. If you are, now you can replace this in your code as well, but for testing I would highly recommend use the test ad units ID only. And if you want to link your app once you have deployed it to Play Store, you can just go to app settings, click on App Store details, and click add, search for your app. That's it.